Doba, scotch and soda, holy roller, Tommy Mottola, Adam Carolla, Yoba Doba. Hey, before I get dizzy and puke, this is the Golden Age Pauldcast, hosted by none other than me, your venerable and affable host PJ Cote, who's getting all of the ambient lighting, all of the ambient lighting. To show his hirsuteness, he's got a beard that looks like an Amish. Okay, before I puke, my name's PJ Cote for the Golden Age Podcast. We're going to do a vertical today. We've done all types of formats with the podcast. I go in the studio with bugs and logos and stuff, and then sometimes I like to do a nice little crappy localized homecast that may occasionally cut out, but I think you still get the gist of my schist. The idea I got today for the podcast would be an art exhibition, a retrospective, as it were, of the. There's some art over my shoulder. Of the 30 whatever amount years of painting, writing, painting, photographies, collages, just anything arty. I have a slideshow I done on Google of my arting, and it's nice. It looks good on the screen right now, so I've reduced some of the glare here. Shout out to my new sponsor, um, Venom. Just kidding, it's not a sponsor, but for 99 cents, whatever, dude, it's like, yeah, it's like runoff from a power plant. Self destruction! Yeah, and here in the Golden Age podcast, we exist to talk about cool shit and visionary art. And I guess you could call this visionary. I got this shape back here. I've been working on that shape. Let me flip the thing so you can see the shape. That shape there is something I kind of been working on for, very long time, trying to perfect that shape. I'm not sure if I'll ever do it exactly perfect or be exactly satisfied with it as a final form. But yeah, that's kind of what I do with my art, but I do a ton of other stuff too. So I would like for y'all to, what I'll do is I'll turn the camera around here in a second and start filming the TV that's got the slideshow going, and we'll just pick up wherever it started, and I'll just try to do a little bit of talk. Maybe I should set. You know what? I'm gonna set the. I'm gonna set the image duration to about 30 seconds, and then I can skip it if I need to. There we go. And I'm just gonna play the slideshow on the Backdrops app on my TV. There's a little bit of. It's a sunny day, so there might be a bit of glare. Blame it on my fruit punch tongue from the venom. Before we get started, I guess I'll do my venom joke, right? All right, I'm gonna start with my venom joke. I love the venom energy drink. Anyone ever drink Venoms? I love that the venom is the only energy drink that is honest about its intentions. It's like poisoning you, and it's like acknowledging the fact because it says venom. It's like I have this voice in my head of the protagonist, you know, the sales demon for Venom. Hi, my name is Venom. You feel that first layer of tooth enamel sloughing down your throat? That's me doing my handiwork. My name is Venom. You'll argue with your in-laws unnecessarily today thanks to me. I'm Venom. I'm not sure how Venom got that voice, but I try that joke all the time, and it rarely works. But, you know, if you're high on Venom energy drink, I guess you don't really care. So anyways, to quickly explain the art, because art, you can really explain it, right? No. Art, when I first moved to California in 1999 is when I first started to do paintings. And I didn't really do it. I mean, I drew and did little arts as a kid and drew stuff, little gangster guys with baseball caps and floppy shoes and, baseball bats or whatever. In the style of like Andy Howell or like the Underworld element. Speaking of Andy Howell, like that would be Then Andy Howe. Oh, Andy Howe. Well, let's just flip it. Fuck. Uh, that kind of style of art, you know. And then when I moved to California, it was like 1999. So then I decided to try to paint on the anything I could find, you know, piece of cardboard from Starbucks, you know, just paint, paint, paint. Probably because that Cali Chronic was, you know, getting me artistically inspired, you know. And so, being in California, I started painting all the time and trying to collect and hold on to my paintings. I lost a lot of my paintings over the years. I'd probably say 40 to 50% of the paintings I've done. Yeah, at least way more than that. I mean, I have about 30 pieces at home, but I've lost most of it or sold it. You can look that up, Falcon Boss. It's like a guy named Brian Downey from Florida. He lives in San Francisco now, I think, and he makes hats out of like vintage shirts and stuff, one of a kind hats, and it's a really cool company. So check out Brian Downey's company, Falcon Boss. Falcon Boss, I think it's Boss. Anyway, whoever's listening or watching, thanks for joining in. We're going to go over all my art, and I was just kind of explaining my art real quick. So, I do consider it visionary or channeled or whatever. Like I draw in this language I call it Pleiadian from the Pleiades. You know, space stuff, spacey stuff. Because I'm spacey, right? My art is, you know, I think it's like channeled and like somewhat celestially inspired. So a lot of spacecraft, a lot of language that kind of looks like an alien script. Something that you could probably use like a sci-fi movie is like inside of an alien ship. Diagrams and geometric. I guess you call it geometric abstract, right? So that's what I do, and I've done it for like 30 years. I've incorporated it into skateboard graphics and paintings, and you know, collages, and it all is kind of cohesive. But yeah, since we're already 7 minutes into this, I'm gonna try to just get this started here, and I'm going to show y'all, if I can, a little history of my arts, and then I'll kind of talk a little bit through it. I got them set for 30 seconds, but you know, 30 seconds apiece. We have to pause it here and there, but let's just let's go ahead and crank this soldier boy. Let's get this party rolling. All right, so that is a piece I put inside of this multi-frame, and it kind of gives a good start of what we're looking at here. Um, oh, I don't want that. And I'm not sure if this canvas still exists, but a lot of things that start out as a shape and then get some language thrown in and some different kinds of text that who knows what its origin is, but that is. What are you doing? All right, let's go back. Oh, don't start freaking out now. All right, what's the best way to scan? Okay, here we go. All right, so. Oh man, what are you doing, computer? So this is what I call the Paul Cote Bro model, where I just put a bunch of toys and glued them to a skateboard. As you can see, a variety of different trinkets on a skateboard. I call it the Bro model. I thought that was somewhat clever. This was a screen print. I was screen printing the Golden Age logo. I found that graphic somewhere in some vintage sci-fi magazine and added the text. And then that's a picture of us trying to screen print that image. So I think it kind of looks cool. And I was kind of using that as a top graphic for little one-off skateboard designs I was doing for the Golden Age. All right, let's just keep this rolling. Huh? Hi, look at me. I can see myself in the reflection. This big G logo I made for the Golden Age. Kind of didn't realize it might look like maybe some other company's logo, but I don't think it does. If you're in the comments, Tell me if that looks like the logo from another company, because I'm pretty sure it does. But, I didn't do that on purpose. And I still like that font a lot because it kind of reminds me of H Street. Anyway, that's one of my banner logos for the Golden Age. I made all the stuff with Photoshop back in the day. All right. More attempts at the craft, right? Drawn a space craft. Drawing Golden Age kind of ties it all in together. But this is, attempts. It kind of looks like a piece of cheese, huh? But attempts at a certain shape that I may never get just right. But what is that? A manifestation of OCD that you're just doing the same shape over, trying to nail it. Oh shit! Why are you doing that? Oh man, the whole thing's going to shit. We're experimenting technological differences. All right, there's the Golden Age logo. I call that the op art logo. I made stickers out of that. It gets us some kind of spiritual, new agey sort of Venn diagram or some kind of diagram that I four-upped and made it its own thing. So it is really a unique, its own thing in regards to a new age spiritual logo-ish thing. All right, let's see if we can just skip around here. Are you being crazy? What are you getting crazy with, eh? Don't you know I'm local? So this is an original painting I did for my solo show in 2012, but I added this yellow shape to it, like a goon, a couple, maybe not even a year ago. So let's say that's 2012 through 2026. So you do the math. That took a long time to complete, right? Oh, I added a yellow thing later because I like primaries apparently, right? Red, yellow, blue primaries. Very neoplasticist of me, right? There's another angle of that painting up there. So for the right price, everything's for sale. This one, if someone said how much do you want, I'd say 8,200. That would be the price for that painting right there. Go away, painting. This is a Pleiadian captain. There's about 7 different versions of him. It's in my book as an illustration. So I often go into the books and I color him in. This one looks a little spazzy, huh? He's the Pleiadian captain. So he's not much to look at. He's got an intense, I don't do a ton of subjective work, to be honest. I like his hair, though. It's very Billy Idol. And, he's got, I think I probably drew shit like this when I was a kid. Now that I think about it, I drew stuff similar to that. So, all right, let's see what else I skipped past being a dildo. All right, so one of my friends, Justin Morales, has a project of, I guess it's shoegaze called it's kind of electronic shoegaze called Seabright. And so I took my interpretation of that one painting, the Wave of Kanagawa, whatever you call it, and I did my version of it, and we used that for an EP of some sort. That painting's long gone, but damned if it wasn't a good one. I like it. Look how optimistical it looks. All right, so I think I figured out the skippies now. So we're getting with it. All right, back to the Golden Age. That's the op art. If you want some stickers, somebody let me know. I'll print up some more stickers and send out some stickers. So give me a holler back on that one. And speaking of stickers, I got sticker packs right here. I got sticker packs. And yeah, that's one of the graphics, one of my early graphics I'd done on Photoshop. The Golden Age, eyes on the skies, throwback shit. I think that picture is just some kind of clip art. But I really like the clip art. And then when I did that frame in the background, it had that little flash in the corner, so it kind of looks like he's looking up at a star. I think that makes sense. And bing, 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 bing. All right, the Golden Age. Okay, let's just... Dong, 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 dong. Oh, that's stupid. Whatever, moving along. These are all my logos I made in Photoshops. With a Photoshop. with photoshopping. Oh, now you can see my reflection. Um, I made this out of grip tape scraps. I was going to send it to the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm like, you can use this as your new logo. Put it on your hat. Put it on a hat. Fisheye angle. You got that? I think my brother Chris has this painting still. You better, yeah, it's hung on the wall. Better be hung on the wall. And it's a fisheye version. It kind of looks like the opposite color scheme from an American flag. Instead of like the blue on the left and the red on the right, it's like opposite. So don't glean any kind of like political motive out of this painting. I didn't even, it's unintended. The best, all my paintings have unintended shit. Like intentional shit is whack. So unintended is better. We'll come back to that. There's more pictures of that. These are just, studies. I've done a bunch of different colored versions of the original. What should we name her? Starla. That's her name. I remember now. I called her Starla. Starla. What's up, guys? I'm Starla. I'm like space cadet. My head's super in the clouds. I can tell you exactly who you are based on your zodiac sign, like Aries, Pisces, risings, your sun sign. Whatevs, man. That's the golden age. We have all types of logos we're working on. You stop and get the construction paper at the CVS. At the CVS, you get the construction paper. You can just make little shapes. We don't need to spend too much time on these. That's a good interpretation. Nice little bubble car. Some sort of it's like meant to be a transport, right? Like either space or water or land or air or all the above. All the above or none of the above. Bella, tell them. This is a canvas too, right? Bella, stop! Nobody's at our door. Stop. So I mean, these are a canvas, right? These were all gray when I got them. Someone's trying to call me. You don't get to call me. These are definitely a canvas, right? So I just painted on the shoes. And I wear these still. They were all gray to begin with, and they got the Cote treatment. Those are dope. I should sell those. Oh, they're so worn though. I'd probably use them as an art exhibit. Here is a collage of all types of weird stuff that I have drawn. But you can take one of these little things and put it on a hat, right? Take these little pieces. Oh, look at that. Looks like a flamingo right there. You can just put the flamingo on a hat or whatever. It's bright already. Neon colors. I met a schizophrenic artist once who said when he sees bright colors, it makes him want to, hurt things. I thought that was weird. He also did art using his own blood. That was weird, too. That kind of looks like a sneaker. Let's make a sneaker out of that, right? Sneaker in a cloud. Let's call this sneaker in a cloud. A sneaker in a cloud. I don't know if your foot would fit in that. That's got a big base to it. Those would be cool sneakers, don't you think? The Golden Age, the first Golden Age sneaker to drop. We're doing all kinds of shit. Got all types of designs. Eat your heart out, Yeezy. Yeah, someone needs to holler at me about being a design smith. Yeah, this shape of things to come. Let's just call it that. That's a good signature. That's a good signature. Everything's digitized, but yeah, let's move forward. Still have this painting. This is the oldest painting I still own. If you notice, 2005. So, 20-year-old painting. I made that in California and somehow transported it back, and it's still with me in all my bum ways 20, 30, whatever, 20 years later. It's, early attempt at the craft. This will probably be my most valuable collector's piece since it's my oldest verifiable work. This is a piece of wood from the house. I have since treated it. I want to show you the final result while that's on the screen. I think I finished it. It goes this way, and it now has a spoiler, I guess you call it, on the back. So that's the the final form of that bad boy, I believe. Just in time, back over here. And, you make art out of the things you have access to. This is an homage to my friend Ryan Michael, who passed away. He liked yellow glasses, and I like minimalism. So, yeah. Everything's a little, sometimes, otherworldly interpreted stuff. He was a cool dude. Ryan Michael. Be painting all over them shits. This would be a cool t-shirt too. That would be a cool shirt. I'd just be writing the Golden Age on stuff and making it the Golden Age. And putting things under black lights and taking pictures of it. Here's this Joker again. Let's move from him. All right, now we're getting skipsies. Ooh. Sometimes you take a picture. Why does this remind me of Tim's? Remember? Reminds me of Tim's broadcasting right before Benny Hill came on. Anyone know that? This is just a literal picture of a cloud I took, like a thunder cloud. I think this has to be Florida. And then I made it into kaleidoscope. I kaleidoscope. Would that be? How'd you describe it? Kaleidoscoped it. Did I kaleidoscope it? Anyhow, it looks pretty intense. It should be like a death metal album cover. Where are you coming from, buddy? We're getting rando here. All right, seen it. Are we done with this whole slideshow? Oh, nope. No, we don't. No, we're not. See, this thing's being confusing, but fuck it. Let's roll with it, guys. A bunch of these little hard edge, geometric, abstract. That's kind of the majority of the shit I've done. I think this was a 6-pack of canvases that I done. One of those 6, I had an ex-girlfriend sneak into a art museum in Paris of some note and take a picture of it on a pedestal. And, so I can honestly say that I had a piece of my art that was in the... which one, you might ask? Which one was it? Well, it was that one right there. It was that one right there. And it was in a French art museum for about 5 minutes. My ex-girlfriend said the security was very lax in Gay Paris on that day. So of that set, this is the original set. I only have I guess those 3 left. But yeah, what happened to that bad boy? He's purty. I have an affinity for all of my arts, guys. He's like little babies. Oh, this is a projection on a sidewalk. I gave them a slideshow of my arts while I was doing live painting, and they were projecting my shit onto a sidewalk while I was live painting in the background because I do cool shit. And that is a painting that is long gone and I miss. Sometimes paintings were given away, sometimes they were sold or misplaced. I really like this one because it's a collage I made when I was living in North Hollywood. And it's like a mothership, right? That big collar, big bubble at the top would be where all the space dignitaries travel. Oh, shit, why are you doing this? It's got the ghost. It's called itself the ghost. Maybe I should get a tattoo of this on my arm. I probably should, huh? I think this is like my favorite collage. I just cut out a bunch of construction paper out of some weird book. And then I made the collage of the mothership making its way down. I guess my mom was over there piloting that there mothership, ain't she? Who else would be piloting the mothership other than the mother, right? Shit. Anyway, I really like that. And that's all that matters is that I like it, right? Yeah, it sounds alright. It's alright. I was trying for like an Art Deco thing. Like 20s Art Deco thing. It was meh. Let's skip it. All right, these four were on display in Campbell, California at Orchard Valley Coffee Company. And when I walked by at night, I would see, I could see the first, the third, and the fourth paintings in on the wall, but that one in the top right was invisible in low light. I don't know why. Where'd it go? The one on the right, the top right, was invisible in low light. Like the other three, you could completely see, but one on the upper. Oh, you fuck! Tell me why there's a ghost in the machine. All right, so doodles of trying to get this damn shape, but you know what? It's like a shoe, or it's a spacecraft, or it's a whatever, man. It's like it's something that looks cool, man. What does it need? The things need descriptions. Who can read that? Which alien can read it? Meep, meep, meep. Nanu, Nanu. See if you got a Pleiadian translator out there in the cosmos. I think that looks cool. And hopefully this just will let me skip. Oh, thank you. That's my mom's favorite painting. I think it still exists somewhere. My mom wanted that one always. This was a me drawing a Super 8 still frame. I was just drawing a light explosion of Super 8, like, just a big flash of light on Super 8 that I just did. I'll just draw that. And I don't know why. Maybe I'll just shut the fuck up for a second and let people look at art. Yeah, see? I never really come up with a name for this bad boy. Is just an interpretation of something. It's not a flag. This is a huge painting. This is a $10,000 painting, folks. That's the centerpiece of my goddamn solo show, and damned if it ain't gonna go for at least 10 stacks. 10 stacks, you hear me? 10 damn stacks. I will not take no for an answer on them stacks. Shit. A little blotting, more minimal slash primaries. I think I got that still. That's for sale if anyone wants to buy it. Priceless art, priceless art. PJ Cody's dealing priceless art, priceless art. Invest in the future of you and your family. Dee dee dee. That painting's gone. I don't know where it went, but look at that color palette. It's pretty. All these silver shapes. Oh, that should go on a t-shirt. You just take those silver shapes right there. You don't have to worry about the other shape. Maybe take that other shape and put it in the corner. Put it on the sleeve. These silver shapes would make a cool t-shirt. These silver shapes would make a cool t-shirt. These silver shapes will make... Oh, man, I'm losing it. Those silver shapes would make a cool t-shirt. An oldie but a goodie. Pleiadian craft. At first, the cloud was involved. That was an homage to Toy Story. You know, the clouds that are on the wallpaper in Toy Story? Yeah, that was a reference to that. Giving away all my trade secrets. I took this picture of a classic car and gave it to Loose Bearings, aka Zach McCurdy, and he cut it up deaf. And that's what that looks like. He cut it up deaf and put it onto a frame for me. So that was a collab between me and at Loose Bearings. And hey, so I was wondering if you wanted to join the Dart League for our office. I know you have Thursdays free because girlfriends broke up here, so yeah, my name's Scott Schaefer. I don't know if you remember me. I'm from HR, and we're just looking for people who want to play darts. I just created a whole persona for Scott Schaefer here. Hey guys, my name's Scott Schaefer. Now that PJ doesn't really do subjective work very much, but sometimes cool guys like me show up. Speaking of cool guys, that was a drawing done to Daddy-O. There's Daddy-O. Who else rocked the steez Like, yeah. I forgot. Did I just say that? I don't know. Even know what I'm doing. So there's Dad with his cigarette beard. Yellow cigarette beard Dad. Someone should get a tattoo of that. I don't know. That was on a business card. Yeah, these are a little craft. Little craft. She's crafty. She gets around. You know, I don't know where that guy is, but this is decorative. If you have a blue scheme in your house, you want to do this. Oh, I'm making something that placates. No, I just want to do blues because I don't do any blues. And I had a little stamp. So yeah, I mean, I guess everything makes sense, doesn't it? It all comes. Ooh, I like this guy. Here's another tattoo idea. It's a woodpecker. Damned if that ain't no woodpecker shit. Or a cardinal. Is this a cardinal? I need to do a poll. Cardinal or woodpecker? My first instinct was woodpecker. Cote. Even my signature's got that like atomic space age 50s kind of steez. That there, I'm afraid to say is a woodpecker. I ain't afraid to say it neither. Corpo, corpo, can we have some synergy? I would like to introduce a new action item. In this fiscal year, we've experienced unfathomable, inestimable changes. Ding, 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 corpo. That was Captain Corpo signing off. He's speaking gibberish, of course. My name is Captain Corpo. I'm saying PJ's name. Bing, 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 bing. Look at Captain Corpo. He's pretty nattily attired this time. Captain Corpo is nameless and faceless, isn't he? We're conducting business here! Captain Corpo conducting business. I'm doing like Rob Dyrdek. I just like sing everything on my TV show. That's my signature. One day I'm gonna have an entire painting series where I just show up at the gallery and it's nothing but my signature in different ways on the canvas, and then it'll be the whole show. It'll be an outrage. All right, I think we've seen this one already. Shit. All right, here's another version of the Pleiadian captain. I think I like this one better, huh? He's a little more Martian, right? Green. He's got some wiry energy. See, this is my part of my book, Chapter 9, Getting into the Art Shit. And, I'm always doing different versions. I got, 5 or 6 versions of this Joker, but I'm not sure what we call him. I'm not sure what we call this guy. But he's Smurfy enough. That'll work. That was a series there. Nice, bright. I think I gave this to some yuppies or sold it to a yuppie. I don't know who got it, but it was like a decorative. You have to put it in your kitchen. Let's put this priceless piece of art. This would be great for our kitchen. Yeah, well, let's sell it to you then. 40, 70. I don't know what I sold it for. Anyhow, it's probably in someone's kitchen. Anyway, I like it. Oh, and I used a fingerboard to make little lines in it too, so it was like a miniature version of my larger canvases. I used a fingerboard to make it. This was a pyramid canvas that was made for me by James Bruton, right? Samaj, right? Samaj. This one I sold to a restaurant because it looked like steak and chicken. Steak on the left, chicken on the right. Steak T-bone down on the left and a chicken breast on the right, right? No, I didn't intend for that. It just ended up looking like steak and chicken. One is it. If you're a restaurant, you should just jump on this. Screenshot this shit and retweet it, and it'll be the logo. And I'll recognize it. You open one up in Seattle, call it Steak and Chicken. You got that logo. I'll know it. I will know it. I'll find it. I'll find you. Aliens, ding, 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 with my language. I am speaking to aliens. Hopefully they holler back. That's a cool shape. Everything I do is it, as long as it looks cool. I just want it to look cool. How simple is that artistic? What's that approach to art? Oh, I just want it to look cool. As long as it looks cool. Oh, the language looks cool. Looking cool is all that's important to me. I'm a skateboarder. All we do is just, trying to impress our friends. And there's this craft and that craft. That's one's got some. See the little guy in the corner? That creates depth. Oh, look at that. That's a really deep painting. No, it's not. It's all 2D, bro. It's all two dimensional. All right. That shape and that shape. I don't know where that canvas is. It may have gotten worked on. It may have gotten improved. We're gonna we're gonna move along because yeah, how much information can we glean? This one I still have, and I like it a lot. It's fractal, huh? You do have primaries, but there is some orange in there. But orange is a combination of red and yellow, so it can be argued by neoplasticists that orange is technically a primary. It maybe is more than three. And well, no. Well, because then you'd have to argue purple would be next. So I guess I guess orange isn't a primary. Sorry, please don't question me. Yeah, I painted a pretty flower on the other side. It's pretty. I still got this. I still got this canvas. Here's a pyramid style. One day I think I'm gonna paint over all this and put it on the ground and like anchor it, and then we'll just skate it. We'll cover it in paint and then do a ton of wallies. I think this is a very wallyable piece of art. I think you can wally this art. I think this art needs to be wallied. In fact, yeah, let's just wally it. Wally the art. See, that's a big craft right there. That's got to carry a lot of aliens, right? Big craft got to be real big and bulky. This is the SUV of alien craft. Here's the SUV. There's a little port down at the bottom where you just kind of pop right in like a bubble. It fits a whole lot of goddamn sentient beings from all kinds of different realms. Realms. Yeah, it's like a meeting ground. They got bingo night and everything. Shit. Yeah, minimalism. Like that. It's kind of like maybe like an alien helmet. Maybe it's a helmet. Maybe it's a helmet. Yeah, that's a. I did painting on all sides of that bad boy. Probably don't need a ton of time spent here. Bing, 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 bing. Still got this one. This was a collaboration I did with Mike Salisbury, aka At It Art. At It Art. For some reason, he donated me this four-part thing so I can add a little bit of stippling and kind of, I don't want to say fix the face, but change the face and add some stippling. It's a cool cat. His one of his things is the hairless cat, but I've added hair kind of. Oh well. Yeah, that's the original version of this girl. And again, we're here in primaries, right? Doing primaries. The primary vote. Shout out to Piet Mondrian. Shout out to Willem de Kooning. Shout out to Barnett Newman and a lot of the painters that did primaries as an emphasis. It's kind of cool. I used a lot of primaries here in that framed piece. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I manufactured this one for a family member with a cuddle putty puppy. And, kind of tagged it up, right? It's kind of graffiti style on that pooch. And that went to family. Hopefully they still have it. Made that one in 2018 with a puppy right there. Better have this one too, Cote, on your wall. If the grip tape's coming up, just seal it back down with some glue. This was another one that was done with skateboard wheel, but it wasn't like rolled over. I just like rolled the skateboard wheel along the canvas, just a wheel that was off of the board, and then added some grit type and done a nice little rainbow. And we'll go back to that one. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, so if you notice, I put little dots on it to make all these little space things look like skateboards, like the truck bolt patterns. There's a method to my madness. There's a method to my madness. One day all this art will be worth billions of dollars. Invest in your future now and get some art from the Golden Age Pauldcast. We are doing, just in case y'all ain't been paying too much attention, we got us here a art exhibition. This is a retrospective. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Another attempt at trying to get this damn shape right. We'll keep going for a long time on that one, won't we? It's got some nice Klein blue in the background. It's not quite Klein blue because I'm not ripping off Klein, am I? No, I wouldn't do that. This one was live painted during a fashion show where there were pretty ladies walking the catwalk. On the catwalk, they shook their little tush on the catwalk, and I was painting this of Fire and Flames, Through the Fire and Flames by Dragon Force. I was doing the Fire and Flames as an interpretation of their curves, I think. I was painting curves, so that was a pretty cool painting, and I left that at a coffee shop in Indian Rocks Beach. And hopefully they have it on the wall at said coffee shop because I think it's a pretty excellent painting. I've learned that the way silver draws attention to color is powerful by like framing. I was framing canvases and I realized a silver frame really drew the eye into color. So the silver background with the colorful flames of ecstasy. I like those little shapes. And then you take a little small marker and you kind of make the points a little pointier, you know? That's an element of one of my earliest pieces in 1999 that looks like Bella. So I just took that little tiny piece and I go, oh, that's Bella Dog. She was announcing herself in 1999 to me. Speaking of this one, this is one of the centerpieces of my solo show in 2012 using the skateboard to make, it's me turning around, power slides, half cab, whatever. This one will be featured in the, I think, fall show for some gallery down here is just accepted, so I'm going to pull that off the wall and bring it in for an art gallery reception, along with maybe a little video of how it was made on loop for explanation, because sometimes things need splained, wouldn't you say? I don't think I need to explain this. It's just a totem pole of fun. I'm going to enjoy some venom now to fuel this podcast. We're in minute 44 of the Golden Age Pauldcast. My name is PJ Cote, and I'm your affable and venerable host. And we're doing a artistic retrospective of me glad handing myself and explaining all my art for 30 years. Fun, huh? It's got some rip grip pieces on it. This is a Super 8 still frame that I drew. Not too many paintings I do are composed with the color blue. Most of the time I do primaries, dude, and I've already established that firstly and foremostly. But Yeah, let's just enjoy this. Shout out to Mom. Mom's favorite painting. I put that on a vintage skateboard, so the sticker would look like one of those vintage decals that you put on a vintage skateboard. It's kind of translucent, so it had that 60s kind of steezel when I put it on the vintage wood deck that was never drilled or ridden, which I still have. But I think that really sold it on the 60s style on that wood. Put that on a hat. It's a flamingo. Put that on a hat. It's a flamingo. Put that on a hat. We're going to put that on a hat. Make an embroidery pattern, and we put that on a hat. This stuff can be on the left side of the hat. What you think about that? Um, it's a flamingo. It's just another thing I script, part of my script, but sometimes they have shapes. He's an ambling flamingo. Wait, yeah, there's male flamingos, right? There has to be. This one's a phoenix. This is on a wood panel. I don't know what happened to that. I think it's in storage. Actually, looking at this on TV today made me want to do this podcast looking at this wood panel because it's a phoenix. I like the colors, and the phoenix rises from the ashes, and there's some stippling, and there's some Pleiadian language. This thing's got a little bit of everything. I don't know where that is. If anyone can tell me where that is, I'd appreciate their input. It's a phoenix, though. It's a heavy piece of wood I painted on. Painting on the skateboards all the freaking time. This one is in somebody's collection. I think I sold this to Brad Westberg. Look at this. Looks like a praying mantis. I don't know. Anyway, I did some script and then outlined the script. I usually don't outline the script, but that was sold to Brad Westberg. I'm pretty sure he bought a bunch of my skateboards. Brad is an old skater I grew up with in Brandon. Really good skater still. Well, I'm not sure still. I mean, he probably is still if he skated. This was a still frame I shot of like a movie's opening thing, and then I made it into a 4-part thing. This is a more kaleidoscopic, right? Is that how we describe it? That's got a cool thing to it. That would make a cool shirt. These kaleidoscope shapes, you just pick some that look good. You know, you could play with those all day, but if you isolate a shape that like really looks dope to you, bing, bing, bing. More of that vintage shit, right? I found this piece of art and I added telepathic travel. Remember how at the Golden Age Intuition Academy. And there's the logo. Got it. The Golden Age Intuition Academy. Get it? It's like a travel poster. It's like a poster advertising, uh, you know, psionic, psychic, celestial travel, whatever, learning how to intuit your way into telepathic travel. As you know, if you know me well, every fridge in my house has a sticker collage. So that's a sticker collage on my fridge that I treated with some random treatment thing from the Instagram histories past. I think it kind of looks cool as its own little collage. I do so many things. People should just mute this and just watch it. I'd have muted me by now. Even the signature. Like I said, I'm going to do a whole series of arts, which is just my signature. That'll be so shocking to the art community. No, it won't. People do shocking shit all the time. I wouldn't want to probably do that. Although I kind of want to. Anytime you find a little piece of cardboard and you're all stony baloney, you gotta. This actually looks like a landscape now that I look at it. The landscape is on the brown and black on the bottom, and then you get kind of a lightning storm. Let's call this lightning. Oh wait, I'm not gonna call it anything, but it looks like a landscape now that I look at it. Here's the land, and there's some clouds and lightning and thunder, like some angry clouds. I actually like that. I think I still have it. That's a mandala. Holla at a mandala. It was black and white, and then I just used Photoshop to color it in my way. I colored it in. I hope you're proud. I used my interpretation of the colors I thought would be cool in this mandala. Holla at your mandala. And then I found, hippie-ish logo. I actually really like that font for the Golden Age words. I need to make a t-shirt out of that. I'd be saying that a lot. And skateboards are not spared from the arting. There is a very busy. A lot of people ask me to do that for them for their skateboards. I'm not sure who got that or not, but that might be one of the busiest ones I ever did. You just spend hours cutting out all the grip tape and spacing it and sticking it down. There's a lot going on there, huh? Sensory overload. Yeah, just all types of graphics. Read it. Someone read it. Um, yep, that's the one I just put on loan to my friend and neighbor downstairs. That's up in his apartment now. You're stoked, huh? Hopefully he can maybe interpolate some of this language. Can you interpolate the language, neighbor? We're all space cadets here, so we can probably figure that out soon enough. That's like I think the bottom shape is a craft, and the thing at the top I would call like a solar sail. Yeah, spacecraft with solar sail. This is a big one, big canvas I have. Still got this one. This one's for sale. It's got some grip tape scraps on top that have created kind of a sense of distance. So maybe this kind of looks like a landscape now that I think about it too, and with some grip tape interpreted into it. So that one's for sale. I think that'd be a good sale if somebody wants to buy it. Please splash your way into my DMs with any art offers, any monetary offers, and I can let you know if it's available. That's the pyramid. We're gonna wally it, bro. We're gonna paint over that whole thing, and wally it. The thing's getting wallied, bro. Yeah. For more details, I think that was a Rob Roscop eye that I just painted over and added my own angry eyebrow. Let's concentrate on this angry. Oops, shit. Let's concentrate on this angry eyebrow here. That's the angriest eyebrow there's the angriest eyebrow ever devised. Let's concentrate on how angry that eyebrow is. I never noticed that. Like the eye is cool, but really like that is one angry eyebrow, bro. That eyebrow's not even right in the head. So skateboard filmers will understand this reference. I painted on the envelope for the guy Carey, who is the leading expert on VX repair. And I need to send that to like some kind of art exhibition. Some kind of skate related art exhibition needs this funky 60s style drawing of a VX with a depth lens. This is one of my personal favorites. This is the chair I used to do some stuff on, and I took a picture of it in the rain. I think it's really freaking cool. It's just one of the best things when accidental stuff happens. And I really like that, just as a painting. And I wish I still had that stupid bench with the rain on it. That looks dope. See you later, bench. Still got this canvas. I used grip tape to devise my logos, and it was like one of those dumb stock photo things. But I made it say the Golden Age. These are all good interpretations of fonts. The Golden Age is all of the graphic designs. I guess the whole thing falls under the auspices. Once again, this is the Golden Age Pauldcast, and you're watching a bunch of art. This is an early painting. It's in my book. I have a book of art. And there's that little Toy Story cloud. That's actually one of my favorite Toy Story clouds I've done. I should just put that on a t-shirt. No, on a hat. Put it on a hat. Put it on a hat. You gotta put it on a hat. Put it on a hat. Oh, that venom. This venom's really working, guys. Feeling like a phenom after drinking all that venom. All right, those 3 canvases. Oh, now we're going haywire. Okay, so here's another one for Seabright. I used another painting for another EP he did called A Billion Stars Go Spinning Through the Night. And that's actually a painting that my kid did. And everyone thought it was celestial and incredible and amazing. I'm like, yes, and a 3-year-old finger painted it, but I will take credit. Look how brilliant that is, actually. Look at the composition. It looks like an inferno cloud in Hades. This was a graphic I did for some post-rock music I make. As always, cartridge.bandcamp.com. That's cartridge.bandcamp.com for free, lossless, musical channel. It's basically the soundtrack to all this art. If you were to watch this podcast and just mute my shit and play all the music from cartridge.bandcamp.com, you would have the full experience of the, yeah. Yep, I definitely have some shirts and stuff for this. This is the Crystal Skull. That was a license plate. But yeah, the Golden Age, found a cool font. I kind of went crazy on the fonts. You know, you find a website for fonts and you just type in the Golden Age and you just scroll through 500 fonts until you find something that looks dope. So I like stretched that around the Crystal Skull and put it on a plate. And I think that's, that's award-winning graphic design right there, dingbats. Another mosaic, huh? First of all, the top one, that's the top guy looks like Michael Jackson for some reason. But this guy looks like a knight, right? Look at him. He's like a big, beefy, like, knight. But not even a knight. Look at those shoulders. He looks like he's piloting a mech with wings or whatever. Anyway, I like sometimes when you, I guess, collage something or I guess mosaic it, right? Because you're... No, I just drew this. I didn't, no. No, I drew half of it. Yeah, that's right. And then I, wait, let's go back. This is what I'm doing. That's what I did. It was half. And then I flipped mosaic just side to side it, and it became this guy. So let's spend a minute looking at him. Bella, we have neighbors. All right, it happens in this life. So I like how that turned out. Trying to get it to where there's no TV glare. And another example of that is like I drew this like pepper. I was trying to do like a jalapeno pepper, and then I four-upped it, and it created that shape, which is also unique. I had a framed thing of this kind of thing, and I thought that would fit in there so nice. And I think that exists somewhere still in storage. I just cut out one of my prints, big prints, and I framed it for the gift-giving holiday season. Get yourself a Golden Age collectible. I mean, you can buy shit if you want. You can buy something from me. Alright, painting on Frisbee disc, disc golf disc, using some of that wood grain shelving adhesive paper. And I actually sold 3 or 4 of these discs to a collector in Massachusetts. So I think I still have this one, but I sold like 3 to that gentleman. And I like the color contrast there. Painting on round stuff is fun and challenging because you interpret the thing different, don't you? This is more of the Golden Age. I use grip tape for that. Man, I can't go wrong making my own little logos. They all end up looking kind of 60s, very quirky, post space age, getting into the 60s, late, I'd say like mid 60s style of logo treatment. A lot of details in that one. Another mosaic. It was a black and white of this, whatever it was, that I colored in and then added my Golden Age logo. So back up on this one. I put that on a skateboard and I gave it to Marcus Jaliber, and he has the original skateboard that I did for this design at his house, hopefully. He said he was going to put it on the wall. I'm sure he did. I hope he wrote it, to be honest. But he said he wouldn't. But love you, Marcus. More photography. This is like, I 4-upped it, but I flipped both sides to where it made a... This kind of looks like an insect bug kind of dude, like an insect. He looks like a Pokemon. I mean, not going to lie to you. Let's go back to him. Oh, come on. Come on. Where'd it go? Oh, we're going haywire. We're losing it. All right. Let's go back. All right, here it is. So, yeah, it looks like this Pokemon insect sort of thing, but it was a part of a wall, but you flip one and then you flip the other and then you flip you flip the script all together on all 4 of them. I don't remember how I did it, but it looked better that way. So that exists in the world as an image, doesn't it? I made a tree. We're getting some brightness now. Some sweet position. I did this tree with some oil crayons, and I gave it to this gal. And I think she left it at Phillies on the Rocks. So somewhere at Phillies on the Rocks is this painting, I believe. Painting on black canvases is fun and different. Again, makes you do different shit because you're looking at things different. More shoe design. This better be a shoe. One day, and it'll have the same background. Like all the stuff that was on the sticker will be part of the shoe, right? Right? 2021, a shoe. Like that's like a fucking dad shoe power clogged cyber sneaker. The 519, huh? I'd rock those shoes. I'd rock those shoes in a hot minute, in a New York minute. Minimalist aspects of larger paintings. Minimalist aspects of larger paintings. Put that on a t-shirt this instant. No, that would be an embroidered pocket logo, right? Embroidery in the pocket of a shirt. White, yellow, red. Like my Kobe Bryant jersey. You ain't never seen these shoes. Let me tell you something, man. These is not no fucking things. Ooh. This is a cool tree that I drew with a Sharpie. One day, some fan of mine will get this as a tattoo, and I'll be like, whoa, that was a thing I drew that you got permanently tattooed. It's okay if you eschewed my signature. And then they showed me the tattoo on their ankle of my signature. A boy can dream, right? That's a great tree, dude. Painting on black canvases. This is kind of a new direction. Just kind of, instead of join shapes, this is just shapes. I'll just stop when I feel like it, and it looks cool. That part is cool. And then just drawing on a black canvas with paint pens. I think I love paint pens. Paint pens are the best. That's a 3-part canvas. I have 3 of these. That's a 3-part series right there. This is a big poster I have, and then I just did that same mosaic-y thing. I flipped it, and then the other side is flipped the other way, so it's all flip mode. It's all flip modian. That's cool because flip mode is the squidod. You didn't know flip mode was the squidod? Yeah, I still have that poster somewhere, but I'm hoping that you guys are seeing something cohesive in all this goodness. That canvas will be featured soonish. Yeah, just roll around on your skateboard, man. That's action painting, right? Like Jackson Pollock did action painting, right? His canvases were on the floor. My canvases were on the floor. I was just using my skateboard to skedoot and scrape and slide bind through them. That's my action painting. I used a board instead of the hands and the dribbling. I painted the canvases with a roller, and then I went skedoodling across them. Told you I'd be doing these. It's a neon Bible, a neon Bible. Ba-dee bum bam bum, bing bing bum ba-dum bam bum, any mini me no no nine mo. I really hope you've replaced my dialogue with the cartridge.bandcamp.com by now. It's neat. The shit's going haywire. It's neon Bible, neon Bible. This is the new album cover for Youngblood Hawk. This is Youngblood Hawk's new album cover. It's called Red Tide, Renegade Revenge by Youngblood Hawk. Youngblood Hawk. One time I said Youngblood Hawk was my mom's favorite band, and Youngblood Hawk liked it. So shout out to Youngblood Hawk. If you're watching Youngblood Hawk, this is your new album cover. You can have it, bro. I decided. Oh, I took one of my paintings and I flipped it, and then I flipped it again. Yeah, this got to be mosaic, right? Because it's forward up. Look at this guy. Me. Oh, I got it. Look at him. Wow, I just discovered him. Screenshot. Somebody screenshot this, like, owl man in a tunic. Van Halen, that's your new album cover, Van Halen. Van Halen, that's your new... Here he is upside down. But that's the guy right there. Look at him. Bro, we're learning so much about my art today here on the Golden Age Pauldcast. Let's look at the process. Bing, 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 bing. That would have been good enough. I should have left that be. But no, I had to do that to it. Oh my God. I had to take it to the next level. Bro, this thing's coming together like a masterpiece, Bray. What does it look like finally? Vang, 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 vang. Damn, bro. You just laid out the whole process just like that? Bro, that's crazy. That's a tree? Bro, that's a tree? Going back. Bro, that's a tree over a valley, bro. Like, can you believe... Like, you're really getting good at perspective now. Like, I'm not so 2D anymore, am I? Look at that. It's like a cool... This is like a village in Bethlehem or something. It's a village in the... It's not an American background. It's somewhere in the Middle East. It has to be. Anyhow, That is the process of the thing, I guess. This is actually really cool just by itself. I could just make posters out of that. Anyhow, I don't know how many more are left, but we're having fun. I mosaicked a mosaic. It was a piece of mosaic glass, and then I mosaicked the mosaic to be ironic. Mosaic cubed, I would call this, right? Mosaic cubed or squared. I don't know. I'm not mathematical, but it's pretty, so let's look at it. And it's minimal in its color scheme. But everything still goes along with my theme. Here's a good detail. I do still have this canvas. It's small. It's like 13 by 10 or whatever. It is purchasable, but it will be pricey because it's way up there. And later on, I'll be known for stuff like this shit. And this will be an early example, and it'll be worth a lot of money. So invest in your future, people. With the Golden Age Pauldcast, hosted by me, PJ Cote, live and in effect on YouTube. And we're going through all of them, and we'll quit when we quit. And are we getting close to quitting? Are we? Because we've done seen that one before. Oh, we done seen that one. We've seen it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, we ain't done yet. Fuck all that. Look at this. I still have this. It's a few details have been added, but I do paint on a lot of skateboards. The skateboards have sold in auction for $181. Wait, 191. All right, so each skateboard I sell has to cost at least $191 because that's how much my skateboard sold at auction for. So that's my established price based on real auction of arts. Do got all kinds, and everything stays a bit thematic, doesn't it? Still got this one. Oh, let's just go up here. Let's just go right up here. Let's just look at it IRL. 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 There you go. We don't need to see it on the TV. It's here. IRL. Shit. Look at that language. Yeah. We don't need a TV friend. We got it right here at the crib. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'm high on Venom. Still got this one too. Look how luxurious the paint looks on that. Very luxurious. That painting is extremely luxe. And it's available right now for the price of $350. Because that's how much I sold the canvas for to a collector back in the day. So I have to get at least $350 per painting now, regardless of its size. It's just how it is. This one, another black canvas. I was trying to do a coffee bean, but it just ended up looking like a not a coffee bean, and I didn't want to go any darker, so I left it. And so let's just call it a coffee bean, shall we? It's a blonde coffee bean, and shut up. It's a spacecraft, right? Why not? This is a big one. Got it in my hallway right now. You can see from the fridge in the background, it's a big one. We're still working on that goddamn shape, ain't we? Still trying to shape up or ship out. Shit. It's a shape. It's yellow. It's got a red background. I think I'm going to try to sneak that one into the art show too, since I framed it up. Let me show you real quick. I framed it up over here and cut it haphazardly with a jigsaw. And this is another mosaic of a photograph I took at Mahuffer. And I think that that's the album cover, something I think, but that should be an album cover to someone somewheres if it ain't. It's got a good symmetry to it, the circular feeling, and plus it's toilets. It's toilets covered in bushes and rope. The whole thing should appeal to like the Arctic Monkeys or something. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I think the Arctic Monkeys have an album cover on their hands right there. Me with no beard. Skip that. And I still have that painting. I still have that painting. It's for sale. $350. Pay up or shut up. Let's do this. Of course it's a craft. Look, it's a craft. It's minimal. It's got the primaries. Come on. Nothing screams Cote more. One of my favorite things. Just took a skateboard and covered it in this fancy cloth. But it reminds me of like an old Jeff Kendall or some kind of Santa Cruz board from the 70s. So I think I'm going to make a sticker out of that. I think that would make a good sticker. This is just grabbing, materials you have and wrapping it up and take a picture, and it don't have to survive because I used it for other art. And with the little crackalure, you can never go wrong. A little crackalure, a little crackalure. Just fun details for the Golden Age. Let's do this, And we're getting pretty close to wrapping up this bad boy, I think. Partly because I'm getting tired of doing it. Shit. And then I finally wrapped, I covered the canvas in red paint. And I says to myself, what am I going to do? And I said, I'm just going to drop this cloth right over it. And that is what I did. And then that's how the painting remained. I trimmed the fabric like it was grip tape. And that's how that painting was born. I just had the red, and I just covered it in the cloth like a shroud. Pretty cool, y'all. That's a 3-board series that's in my living room. Mike could show you that. Make a sticker out of that. Make a sticker out of that. Make a sticker out of that. Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Synced it. This is cool. I took a fisheye picture of my beautiful Acura with the beautiful plate for the Golden Age, but you can't run away like that. Be cool to make a sticker out of that. Everything is a sticker. You just like cut out the shape of just the round thing. And I just matched a font to this really cool flourish that I found and downloaded. Some ancient, like old flourish that was public domain, and found a funky font. Look at that. That's the funkiest, like 1916, modern contemporary art newsletter shit. Let's just do this. That is a Natus Calpis. Well, it's actually better lit here. Is a Natus board I hand painted, and then I used that adhesive shelving paper to make it look like claws from the panther have clawed up the deck. Kind of went overboard with it, a lot of claws, but I figure a panther's gonna claw the shit out of something, right? Get all the fucking claw marks, right? Amazing. Painting everything. The Paul Cody Bro model. The Bro model, that's hilarious. Making mosaics out of your own arts too, and doing logos. The logo for the Golden Age is, I like it kind of cartoonish. And this guy right here, that's the Hokusai wave or the Kurosai, whatever you call it, that wave of Kanagawa. That's my little cartoon version of it. Again, what are we seeing here? Primaries, red, yellows. I think we're arriving at the end. Let's look at this one more time. Shut up, PJ. Yep, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Ah. Whoo wee. Are you exhausted as I am? Shit. Bella's bored. Look at Bella. Bella's like, not into any of this. Well, that was, good golly, an hour. This Golden Age Pauldcast, what it does is it goes on for a while with some arts. I'll wrap things up real quick, but let me show you a few things I got on the wall while we're doing the art. Some of the completed pieces. That's the skateboard. We finished that up there. And a lot of these art from here you see on the wall. A lot of these in here. This is the doily series. This is the first one where I took the main elements and dropped it on just wet paint. And then I used the remnants to cut them apart. And I call that lacing stripes instead of racing stripes. Right? Lacing stripes. Get it? And I use the rest of the remnants to do that deck. So 1, 2, 3. The crew's called Refugees. And if you're comfy, test the rap style. Stop the violence and just bring it on. Why-oh. So that's the 3-part primaries series. And then, we have art on skateboards. Art on skateboards. All my art on skateboards. Okay, let's go one. Let's watch that for a second. That's available for sale if you want it. Art on skateboards. Art on the skateboards. Dun, 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 dun. My roof is collapsing. But there's art on the skateboard. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. I think we should probably... Oh, let's look at the final version of this. Grip tape art on the wall. That's a lot of grip tape remnants that I guess you'd call that collage, right? If it's just grip tape on a white canvas. Just grip tape on a white canvas. And, a few other notable paintings. They're up and available for purchasing. If you like a black contrast to your white wall, come buy a painting, And, if you live in Erie and you want to put Erie in your house on some live, laugh, love shit, you can buy those 4 paintings from me for a reasonable price. Probably less than $350. But this big guy, he's more than $350. He's a big guy. And yeah, and I guess that's about it. We're gonna finish with the painting for my show, or from the next show that I'm doing. And now we are going to flip the script. And please know that the Golden Age Pauldcast exists to look at cool shit and to talk about cool shit. The Golden Age is the upcoming time of fun, peace, and camaraderie where we'll get paid a lot more and work a lot less. More details to come on that. Keep the faith. Means to an end. Only good things happen in this universe. Evolution goes this way. And we'll stay optimistic despite the chaos. Let's have fun. We're all one. There is no separation. Only love exists. We're all just little facets in a shiny diamond of oneness and wholeness. I took no mushrooms before I said any of that. I love y'all unconditionally. I'm going to let y'all go before we get to an hour and a half. This is PJ Cote reporting from Erie, Pennsylvania. Let's have a look out the window for context. This is where we be. This is where we be. E to the R to the I to the E to the P to the A. Northwest Pennsylvania. That's Lake Erie. And yeah, dude. We're gonna upload this and share it and show some love and tell all y'all. Come out and see my painting here. I'll let y'all know in Erie where it's gonna be. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys go. And thank you for your time and participating in my mental wavelength here in the Martian landscape. My name is PJ Cote, and this was the Golden Age Pauldcast. And I'll finish with the theme song. Go jump in the lake.